Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Powell Press. I am State Senator Bobby Powell Jr., and we are quickly approaching the Juneteenth holiday. But we're also approaching Father's Day, the #1 holiday in the year. Okay, with that being said, let me let you know something else that has happened recently. The governor has signed the budget, $116.5 billion. We'll let you know what was cut from us in our budget, and we'll let you know what happened right in the Powell Press. Let's get to it. On May 27th, I attended the Haitian Heritage Celebration, which was held in Boynton Beach at the Sarah Sims Park. That was great, enjoying the vibrancy and the uniqueness of the dancing, the energy of the music, and the flavors and spices of the food. What an amazing celebration it was. I also had the opportunity to see my good friend, County Commissioner Mac Bernard. As you know, we are working together to make sure that Palm Beach County is represented well. Next, on May 31st, I had the pleasure of participating in the Tallahassee Table Talk Roundtable discussion being led and put together by Faith in Florida. What an amazing opportunity it was to talk with Representative Gervonta Edmonds, myself, and members of the community. Now, this was organized via Zoom, and it was also an opportunity for us to have moderator Dr. Deborah Robinson, former school board member, to kind of walk us through a lot of the issues that we dealt with in Tallahassee. We spoke on some of the things relating to schools, including the potential to have partisan school boards and all other pieces of legislation that came through Tallahassee. And we also talked about major session issues, including tax cuts, the budget, appropriations, housing, and the bills that I passed, as well as the bills that Representative Edmonds passed. This was an amazing event, and we look forward to doing it again so that we can discuss more of the hot topics that happened during session. Now, on June 1st, it was the beginning of hurricane season here in the state of Florida. And to be proactive, the Palm Beach County Legislative Delegation had a tour of the EEOC, the Emergency Operations Center here in Palm Beach County. Now, this tour gave us an opportunity to look at the tremendous job that our emergency operators and employees do to keep our county safe during these extreme weather events. What an amazing opportunity it was to get directly involved in this activity prior to hurricane season. Now, on Saturday, June 3rd, my staff and I attended the Crown Act Awards. Now, here was a chance to join and celebrate the culture of the Crown Act, this movement that has helped to raise funds for the Talented Teens Club and strategic initiatives here in Palm Beach County. As you know, this year we sponsored the Crown Act in the Florida Senate. That legislation did not go far, but we'll bring it back next year. On June 5th, my staff and I visited the town of Green Acres Council to produce a legislative update. Now, we were excited to go to Green Acres to let them know that we got $950,000 in the budget for a youth program, as well as letting them know that we also worked on other major session issues that would impact Green Acres. Now, on Tuesday, June 6th, the Chamber of the Palm Beaches held its annual legislative breakfast. Dominic Calabro from the Florida Tax Watch was the keynote speaker. He also talked about some of the things that he anticipated the governor would do with the budget, including the cuts. Later on that day, myself, Representative Silvers, and Representative Catherine Waldron teamed up to provide another legislative update, this time to the city of Lake Worth Beach. There were a lot of people in attendance who had the opportunity to find out what happened in Tallahassee, and we also had the opportunity to discuss immigration with individuals once we walked outside of the meeting. This is very important to continue to be directly in the community, impacting people on a personal level. On Wednesday, June 7th, it was a very busy day for me. My bill, Senate Memorial 848, the people of Iran, was signed by officers and filed with the Secretary of State. Now, as you may already know, last year there were a number of protests all across the nation, but especially in Iran with regard to Mahsa Amini, who was a young woman that was killed by the morality police in Iran for not wearing her hijab correctly. Since then, millions of people in Iran and around the world have joined hands to fight for a democratic Iran and to ensure accountability of Iran's dangerous government. Senate Memorial 848 makes it clear that the people of Florida stand with the people of Iran by urging Congress to take action. And later that day, June 7th, State Representative Edmonds, Attorney Sean Pittman, and myself provided a legislative update to the city of Riviera Beach. And we discussed a number of issues, including the passage of our bill that allows Florida Department of Transportation to convey land to local municipalities as surplus land if it can be used for affordable housing. On that same night, we attended Lake Park, the town of Lake Park, for their legislative update to the town's commission. And we were excited to inform them of the number of projects they worked on for Lake Park and gotten in the budget as well. What an amazing night it was on Wednesday, June the 7th. Next, on June 11th, myself along with Representative Ashley Gant provided a legislative update to Jack and Jill of the Palm Beaches. Once again, this is our opportunity to explain to the community what happened during the legislative session. There was a lot that happened, and we're here to give you the information. On June 12th, Governor DeSantis signed and approved my bill, Senate Bill 286, Legal Instruments. Now, this bill expands the scope of existing law and finality of a clerk's deed following foreclosure sales. It also provides information related to online notarization and the signatures. That was Senate Bill 286, Legal Instruments. Also on June 12th, members of the Palm Beach County Legislative Delegation attended an Economic Council legislative update, an opportunity to provide an update to the members of the Palm Beach County Economic Council about the good, bad, and indifferent that happened in Tallahassee. On Tuesday, June 13th, representation from our office attended the annual Distinguished Traffic Safety Recognition Awards luncheon. Now, the Traffic Safety Committee has been in existence since 1983, and their goal has been to influence traffic safety and make changes where necessary to improve the safety of people. And the 1619 project screening and panel discussion, which was held in Riviera Beach. Now, the state representative Javante Edmonds, along with school board member Edwin Ferguson, and I had a distinct pleasure of participating in a panel discussion to discuss what this 1619 project was, as well as dialogue with the community in terms of Black history. On Thursday, June 15th, Governor Ron DeSantis signed the state's $116.5 billion budget. That's after $500 million in cuts from that spending plan. Now, while I am appreciative that the governor did spare a lot of our projects, I'm also concerned with the projects that we felt would be very helpful to some of the communities that were smaller. Also, there's been talk around the state of some of the projects that the governor cut were maybe aimed at cultural or African American historical type projects. Now, for many of these communities, state assistance represents a lifetime in funding critically needed projects in a year in which Florida was flush with cash, thanks largely to President Biden and the federal assistance. Now, these communities should have had a higher priority as the governor has weighed the projects he chose to financially support. Once again, the budget has been signed. Some of the projects that we lost funding for this year were the Addie Green Park in Mangonia Park, as well as a road construction project in Mangonia Park, and in Green Acres, money for an emergency operations center. Those are just some of the few highlights that we witnessed the governor cutting from the budget. Finally, on Thursday, Councilwoman from Riviera Beach, Shirley Lanier, held a community forum related to the 1619 project. This was an opportunity for historians throughout the community, as well as some of the youth and local members of the community, to have an opportunity to dialogue and discuss the 1619 project, African American history, the community moving forward, and how to work together. What an amazing night it was. I got an opportunity to speak with the councilwoman, as well as Brian Knowles, who was the facilitator of the program. An amazing event, and we look forward to continuing to work with that office in the future. That is all for this week's edition of the Powell Press, everyone. I am again State Senator Bobby Powell, representing Senate District 24 in Palm Beach County. Remember this, please like, click the like button, share, comment. Please do not be afraid to leave a comment. We will respond back to you, and follow us. You can also find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Any other questions? Do not hesitate to contact our office. You can find us at 561-650-6880. Signing off. We'll see you real soon on the next Powell Press.